Happy Monday, NBA fans. It's Trish at Blazing Hoops with my point spread picks for tonight's NBA games. It's Monday, January 27th, and first up, the Cleveland Cavaliers travel to Detroit to take on the Pistons. I would love to be able to tell you guys to bet Detroit tonight. Detroit's my team. I grew up in Michigan. I'll always be a Pistons fan. Isn't that funny how you always root for the team in the state where you grew up in? Anyways, I don't have confidence that Detroit's going to cover this spread, and I wouldn't bet Cleveland just in case they do. So this is a coin toss game that I don't recommend anyone bet. I'm picking that Detroit is going to win by 4. So if I were going to put a bet on this game, I would actually bet Cleveland because I don't think Detroit's going to cover the spread. But I don't think anyone should do that because Detroit very well could take this by 20 points. You just don't know. I have low confidence, though, because in the last 2 meetings between Detroit and Cleveland, the spreads have been really low. Each team walked away with a win. A spread was 2 points in one of the games and 3 points in the other game. Just don't bet this game. Next up, my game of the day, Orlando and Miami. There are some strategic advantages for Miami here. First, home court, which they are, I believe, 2-20, well over 90% there, and that's good. And they've only lost to the LA teams. It's so crazy. Miami's lost 2 games at home all season, one to the Lakers and the other to the Clippers. I find that interesting. Anyways, tonight, the strategic advantages are that Orlando's coming off a back-to-back. So yesterday they played at home and lost to the Clippers and then traveled to Miami for tonight's game. Also, Orlando's point guard is out tonight. So when the point guard's out, it's very hard to readjust the offense and execute. It takes a while. I mean, he's been out for a couple games, but they're still adjusting to the absence of the point guard. So that's another advantage here. Miami has some stuff going on their injuries too. Butler, Dragic, and Nunn are all game time decisions tonight. They're all listed as questionable on the injury report. However, I have high confidence that Miami's going to take this by at least 10. I would be shocked if they didn't, and I would go Miami here. It's my game of the day, and if you're only going to bet one game today, this is where I would bet. So you guys, I've been tormented all day going back and forth about my pick on this Dallas-Oklahoma game. I don't know. This could go either way. I'm going to say straight out, don't bet this game. There's no clear favorite here. I would pick Oklahoma City. I'm going to explain my pick to you guys. Oklahoma City has an advantage when they're picked as the underdog because this season they have covered 76% of the time when they've been picked as the underdog, either winning the game or scoring enough points that the opponent did not cover the spread. So a bet on Oklahoma would have won. I'm thinking that Oklahoma is going to take this tonight by about 4. However, don't bet this game. Use your money elsewhere. Now, this next game, Sacramento and Minnesota, I looked into this and decided real early, like, there's no clear favorite here. Not a good game to bet. However, I noticed that Minnesota has lost 9 games in a row. I'm picking them to win tonight by 5 points because I want them to win and not have 10 losses in a row. There's really no clear favorite. Could go either way. Sacramento and Minnesota are pretty equally matched, and their performance is very equal. They're both right around the 35-40% range in wins. Don't bet that one either. Now I have a couple more games that I would recommend betting. First, the San Antonio Spurs at Chicago. The reason that I am favoring San Antonio here is that Chicago is without their center, and they will be for quite some time. I believe the matchup with San Antonio puts Chicago at a disadvantage in this game. The odds makers are placing San Antonio as the underdog here, but I don't agree with them. I do think San Antonio is going to take this tonight by around 8 points. And I wouldn't bet the farm on this game, but I do have pretty good confidence here. And next, another game I have been debating all day. And this Houston-Utah game really comes down to, is James Harden going to play? Clint Capella is also a game time decision. However, I am anticipating that Capella and Harden will both sit this game out, and that Utah will take this by 20 points. So Houston is coming off a back-to-back. They lost in Denver by 7 yesterday, and they don't do well when they're coming off of back-to-backs. They usually lose. So that's in favor of the Jazz. And it's all going to come down to Harden, you guys. So if he doesn't play, Utah's going to demolish Houston. If he does play, the spread probably won't get covered. So use extreme caution when betting this game, and I am hoping it goes the way I've picked it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I haven't put a video out in a really long time, but I'm going to try to get back into it, and hopefully you guys will watch me and it will be good for everyone. So take care. Have a good night. Happy betting.